Okay, so in theory, that's just recording me. So everyone on the recording, welcome. And today, and everyone online, it's so wonderful to be part of today's session. And as Lynn said, it's just a wonderful opportunity for us to connect and to have a different exposure to some of what happens within Drew. And what I just said as we begin is, now that we've said hello, is everyone okay just to mute your screens? Just to make sure that there's dog barking or sirens going off or anything else. That's great. Thank you, everyone. Okay, so I think what we'll do to start with, because it's quite early in the morning, is just to loosen up, do some activations, and then I'll pause at that point and explore a little bit of the theme for today, and then we'll go through the rest of the class. Does that sound okay? We'll get moving straight away. Well, you all seem to be standing up ready to go, so this is a good start. Okay, so just allowing one shoulder to roll back and then the other shoulder, just pointing the opposite toe and just starting to really feel into your body, just stretching out. Oh, and just feeling into that space around you. Hopefully there isn't too much that you're going to hit this morning. You will look like very good seasoned yogi, so you know where your furniture is. It's great. Okay, and then lift that arm a little bit higher, see if you can touch the ceiling, and really stretching the opposite leg. So just allowing the feet to be nice and wide. And of course, starting to breathe nice and deeply. That's good. Okay, and then imagine that you're just opening the curtains. So you're coming across one side and the other side, making sure that your neck and shoulders are really soft and relaxed. Just really moving into that space around you, opening up, clearing the energy of the heart. And then you can also come down and just moving those hands into that figure of eight movement. You're just swaying from side to side, and you can just slow that movement down a little bit. Okay, so just continuing that, I'm just going to come and take a little look at you. That's great. Okay, slowing that movement even further. You can imagine that you're tracing a figure of eight in the sand. Just moving one side to the other side. Oh, and then slowly working your way back up towards a standing position. And then just for these next few moments, allow it to be a bit of a free flow. So you can move however you like. You can move forward and backwards. You can even turn your back to the camera. And just feel into your body and what it needs to do today. Does it need to lift? Does it need to dance a little bit? Is there a little bit of tightness or stiffness anywhere in your body? You're just loosening up. Maybe it's hip circles, maybe it's knees or ankles, maybe it's fast, maybe it's slow. Maybe it's different one side to the other side. Okay, and then as you gently come back towards your own position, we just complete with a few movements of the breath of Arjuna, breathing up through the center line. And with the out breath, soften the hands, relaxing to a standing. Just doing that a few more times. Breathing into full capacity, breathing out, softening, releasing. One more time. Feeling into that space around you. I'm just coming to a beautiful standing position, Tadasana, with the feet facing forwards, about hip width apart, knees roll back, shoulders back. The knees aren't locked, just soft, but not too bent. And you're lifting through the sternum, lifting through the crown of the head. And you just feel that sense of expansion and openness on this beautiful morning. Okay, and then gently opening your eyes. Just give your body a little shuggle. Just loosening up. Okay. So how are we doing so far? Everyone okay? Just a few thumbs up. That's really great. Okay. So what I love is just moving the body, creating some spaciousness and opening up the side of the body. And that's really important, as we know, just to move the lymph and move the fascia and prepare the body and particularly the muscles ready for some asana work, some posture work. And today we're going to be working with some hamstrings. So I'd like to do a little bit of a hamstring stretch. And for some people, literally it's just doing a standing forward bend is enough just to loosen up the hamstrings. So we'll do that, and then I'll just show you a couple of ways that you can enhance that stretch from a standing position. And then I'll explain to you what we're going to do. So this is kind of like a little preview. So to start with, just keeping the feet fairly close together. So you do need to keep your balance. And you're going to breathe in, just lift up as we do in the earth sequence up towards the throat. And as we breathe out, we're just bending forward from the hips, gently easing our way down. Knees are fairly, they're not locked, but just gently soft. And you're just hanging there in a gentle forward bend. And you're just feeling that stretch along the backs of the legs into the calves a little bit. And each out breath, you just relax into that stretch a little bit more. If your fingertips reach the floor, great. Otherwise, just gently having them onto your shins. And with each out breath, easing into that stretch. Okay, soften the knees, gently uncurling. Because we'll need that as well, that nice unfurling of the spine. And if you felt that you could already feel the stretch, continue that posture. If you feel that you want to and your hips and your knees are okay, what you're going to do is cross your feet. Ooh, okay. If that feels comfortable, and exactly the same thing, lift up through the center line. This is going to challenge your balance a little bit. You're going to come forwards and down into that standing forward bend. And again, you're just easing forward from the hips. Ooh, that's exciting, isn't it? Okay, so just coming down. If you may or may not reach the floor this time, and you can really feel the hamstring of that back leg. And you're just breathing slowly and gently. If it's too much of a stretch, just ease out a little bit or go back to that first stage. Well done. Okay, uncurling, using those core muscles, lifting up from the base. Ooh, lifting up. Soften the knees and uncross the legs. How does that feel? Everyone okay? So you can go back to that first stage. I know it's a little bit uncomfortable, but you're going to enjoy it for later. It's just gently crossing over the other way, or having both feet flat onto the floor. Breathe in, and with your out breath, bending forward from the hips. That's good. So just really being careful of your knees and your hips, whatever needs to work for you today. And with each out breath, stretching, inviting those legs to gently, gently, gently start to uncurl. Okay. Good. Loosening off. And when you're ready, lifting. Roll the shoulders back. Soften those knees, uncross your legs, and again, give them a nice shuffle. It's amazing, isn't it? You just start to feel the muscles working in a different way from maybe what you're used to. So we're going to take the feet a little bit wider. And a similar thing to what we've just been doing, stretching out those hamstrings just in a slightly different way. Breathing in, breathing out, coming down into that wide-legged forward bend. And then turn your right foot out 90 degrees and walk yourself over towards the right. That's great. And again, you should be able to feel that little bit of a hamstring stretch if that front leg is fairly straight. If you don't reach the floor, lift up and place your hands towards your thigh and keep that front leg fairly straight, rather than trying to bend the knee, which takes the stretch off the thigh, off the hamstring. That's it. That's lovely. Okay. Turn the feet back towards the front, sway towards the middle. Left foot turns out 90 degrees. And turn the back heel. So again, you're just dropping down over that front leg. If you reach your thigh, great. Otherwise, your shin. Otherwise, the floor, depending on the length of your hamstring. And you're looking for that gentle stretch along the back of the thigh. Gentle being the operative word. That's great. Okay, turn back towards the front. And soften the knees, walking with toes closer towards each other. And when you're ready, uncurling, lifting up. And roll those shoulders back. Okay. And again, give yourself a little shuffle. Okay. So I'd like to invite you just to sit down for a moment. I'm just going to explain today's class. And I'm going to sit here for a minute. Okay. I like Chrissy. She can prop herself up on the back of the sofa there. That's great. So if you've got some water, please do have something. We won't be long here, but I just wanted to have a chat. So Lynne, as you know, invited me to join you on the class this morning. And I was kind of thinking, what feels like the right yoga class to share with you today? What's the right theme? And one of the things that happens at this time of the year, along with the autumn equinox, which really in this part of the world really marks a turning point into autumn, is also that in the yogic tradition, it's the 9 days of celebrating the goddess. And it starts today. And there's different archetypes within every culture that honor the mother, the grandmother, that kind of beautiful matriarchal symbol, if you like, of abundance, of care, of concern. And so this particular 9 days is very widely celebrated throughout the world to honour the different forms of the goddess, whatever that means for us. And normally when you think of the goddess, you think of this incredible goddess pose where the legs are wide, the arms are wide, and you have this real Shakti, energy, power, dynamism. And I was thinking, well, maybe we do that today, but we'll see how we go with the class. But what is it that's the essence of the mother? And it really came to me strongly that the essence of a mother is that of compassion. Ultimately, over and above everything else, the mother is the one that gives unceasingly. It's even when it's over and beyond your comfort zone and sometimes even beyond what's actually reasonable, there's this incredible energy that just wants to uplift and enhance your loved ones and your community and maybe even the world. So this energy of love and compassion, and as we know, that's something that Drew does very, very well because of the focus on the Anahata chakra. And today, therefore, the sequence that kept coming to me was to share with you the Seat of Compassion sequence, which is a real heart awakener. And not just in terms of compassion for everyone else around us, which is often what happens with a mother. We just kind of give and give and give and give. There's also an important element of reciprocation and self-love, which quite often gets put to one side. So during today's class, I'd like us to really focus in on that energy of love and of compassion, and also becoming even more awareful of the compassion for ourselves. So as we go through this class, feel into your body, what's happening on your physical body, what's happening on your knees, on your hips, on your shoulders. How do you need to adjust your yoga posture today to make it even sweeter? Likewise, what's happening on an energetic level? Where do you feel that light and energy buzzing within your system? And maybe there's an awareness of an emotion or a mindset as well. So as we go through the class, we'll just kind of dip into some of these different aspects of our being. We call them the koshas, or the layers of our being. So we'll work very much on the physical body, where you place feet and knees and hips and everything else, but also to start to become even more awareful of your body and how it needs to move today. Does that sound okay? Yeah, fabulous. There's quite a few thumbs up there. That's great. Okay, so would you like to see the sequence so you know what you're kind of working towards? Would that be helpful? Yes. Okay. So I wasn't sure if you'd done this one recently with Lynne, so I'll just show it to you. And as I said, there's beautiful ways to adjust and modify the sequence according to what your body needs to do today. So this is the chair of the heart with the lotus mudra. Then we step out and we work into the charity pose, where we take the hands behind. We do a gentle back bend and a forward bend. Hence why we needed our hamstrings nice and stretched. From here, we go into a wonderful standing, what we call Bakasana, which means the crane pose. And then I'm going to keep this posture standing. Sometimes we do this as a runner pose. I'm going to keep it as a warrior today. Lift up and extend behind. Breathe in, breathe out, and extend. Lift up and down. Release forward. Bring the hands behind. Uncurl. And then come back to the center. And we repeat to the other side. And then we do a few things just to finish off. Okay, so that's the basic essence. Are we happy with that? Should we give it a go? Okay, so coming up onto your feet, we're going to start with that beautiful chair of the heart pose, which really focuses, it creates this kind of vacuum and a pump for the heart. Now, for some people, keeping your arms above your head is going to be not so enjoyable, particularly if you have high or low blood pressure. So for you, we're going to bring the hands to the heart level and then lift up, and you open the hands into this lotus mudra. So the heels of the hands are together, the little fingers and the thumb and the fingers are all spread nice and wide. So that's the lotus mudra. And you come from the praying hands, you lift up towards the forehead and you open as if you're opening that flower, and then you bring it down into a bud and back into the praying hands. Okay, so let's do that all together. Keeping the feet just slightly around hip width apart, So there's 2 fists underneath your feet, which means that you can bend your knees, but it's not as if you're sitting down on a chair, keeping the spine nice and straight. And depending on the ankles will depend on how easy it is for you to sink into that stretch. So I'm going to just stay sideways on for a moment. So when you're ready, breathe in, lift up. And as you breathe out, we're going to bring the hands down to the heart level. And then bend the knees and lift the hands to the forehead, keeping the spine nice and straight, and open the fingers into that lotus. Straighten the knees, bring the hands down to the heart. So you breathe in, lift up. And you breathe out, straighten the knees and bring the hands down. Let's do that one more. Okay, if you're happy with that, you can increase that by starting from the forehead center. Lift up, open the palms, breathe in. And breathe out, back down to the forehead. Breathe in, lift up. And breathe out. If you need to drop down to the heart level, of course, please do so. Last time, go up and hold. And really feel that stretch. So the tailbone moves down towards the earth. The fingers and the crown of the head stretch up towards the heavens. Drop the shoulders, lift the sternum, and smile all at the same time. Okay, and then bring the hands down to the heart, straighten the knees, and just pause for a moment and just feel that extra heat in your body. You might be able to feel your heart pumping. And it's a real activator of that beautiful anatomical heart, but also the energetic heart and our compassionate heart. Releasing the hands. Okay, and just rotating the wrists one way and the other way. Moving through the fingers. And it's said that the center of the palms holds a heart chakra. You know how we always give through our hands? It's said that the hands are a mini heart center. So when we give in kindness and compassion, actually what we're doing is giving literally through the heart center. So as we loosen up the wrists and the fingers, we're just stretching and opening up that energetic heart. Okay, relax those hands down. And then taking the feet just wider than shoulder width apart, but not too wide. And initially just having the feet facing forwards. And that's fairly comfortable, tummy muscles gently contracted. So you're just holding your body in that straight, relaxed position. And then what we're going to do is to sweep the hands behind us, taking hold of either just the wrists, or you can take hold of the elbows. If you have very, very flexible wrists, like Paul does, you can turn the hands into the praying hands behind your sternum at the back of your body. So just feel into what feels okay for you to do today. Okay, and then turning out your right foot 90 degrees and taking the back heel away from you a little, turning your hips so that you're facing over that front leg. That's it. Okay, and the focus here is actually at the sternum. So although we're going to do a gentle rolling forward bend, the focus is at the sternum. So you bring the shoulder blades together, you lift through the sternum. So even though you're not taking your head back, the eyes are just gently looking towards the corner of the room where the ceiling meets the wall. So you're just looking up slightly, but not taking the head back. And from there, allow the sternum to take you forward. And you're just coming down just a little way. Pause, then soften the knee, drop the head down, and uncurl. Push down through the ball of the foot, lifting to vertical. So it's a very subtle movement, but it does a lot for your spine and also the heart. So again, shoulder blades together at the back, lift through the sternum, allow the chest to lead you forward. Focus is on the heart center as you come forward down towards tabletop, so a horizontal position. You feel the stretch through the front leg, and then you drop the head down, so it's curving your back. Soften the front knee and put the weight through the ball of the foot and uncurl, pushing down through that front leg and lifting up. That's good. Okay, one more time. So you're lifting up through the butt sternum, coming forwards, keeping that front leg fairly straight, down towards tabletop. And when you feel ready, you can drop the head down, and this time stay in that forward bend position. And just feel into your body. How are your shoulders? How's your legs? How's your hips? Your neck? And allow the neck to be really nice and relaxed and loose. You're not holding the neck. Okay, soften that front knee and uncurl. Push down through that front foot. You might feel it a little bit on the back hip as well as you lift. And then straighten that front leg, come back towards the center. Release off those shoulders. Wow. Okay. Give the hands a little bit of a shake in your shoulders. Wow. It's quite a powerful movement, isn't it? It's looks really simple, but I can feel the sweat a little bit because you're really activating and working through that heart center and getting the circulatory system moving. But it's also really good for that shoulder mobility. But you do need to watch it because shoulders and rotator cuffs, you really don't want to aggravate them. So now you've done it to one side, you can feel how you might need to be even kinder to your body. Do you need to go stronger or do you need to go softer? And you just feel into your body. We're going to do the same on the other side, but just for a moment, take a check-in through your body. How are you feeling right now? You might feel a little bit lopsided. But for me, I feel a great sense of energy. I feel a sense of buzzing. I feel a sense of, oh yeah, I'm ready to do a bit more. Okay. So raising the arms up and sweep those arms behind you, taking hold of the wrist or the elbow or bringing the praying hands, whatever works for you. Turning the left foot at 90 degrees, taking the back heel away from you, making sure that your legs are wide enough that you've got a good balance. If you found yourself a little bit wobbly, you might need to adjust your legs so that positioning so you feel a little bit more stable. Your hips are facing over towards that left side. And then as you just gently tighten the gluteal muscle at the back, lift through the sternum, bring the shoulder blades together and gently look towards the corner of the room where the wall meets the ceiling. So you're not extending the neck back, but you're feeling a lift through the sternum. Take a breath in. And with your out breath, hinge forward from the hips, keeping the front leg straight, pulling forward from the sternum, just going down a little way, and then drop the neck and the head down. Soften the front knee so the weight goes down through the ball of the foot and uncurl. And you're just really seeing if you can focus on that spine. Lifting once again through the sternum. Breathe in, shoulder blades back. Breathe out, extending forwards. Feel that stretch along the hamstring. Good. Soften the front knee, drop the head down. Uncurl, lift up. I'm just going to do that one more time. Tighten the glute a little at the back to support your lower back. Shoulder blades together, lift. Feel the expansion through the heart center and then pull forward from the sternum as you ease into that forward bend. And then stay there as you drop your head, neck and shoulders down towards the floor. Keeping your core slightly engaged so that you've got your balance. Over that front leg, which is fairly straight. Stretching, feeling that openness. And then soften that front knee, push down through the ball of the foot. Uncurl one vertebra at a time. Coming back to standing. Turning the feet towards the front. And ease out those shoulders. Okay. And just move those shoulders, those legs, however they need to go. And if you need a little drink of water, please do. Great. It's amazing, isn't it? Just how one posture can really start to get your body nicely activated. It's good. So that pose was the charity posture. And as you can imagine, charity meaning the openness of that heart center and that sense of giving and compassion to the world around us. So, whew, everybody okay? A few thumbs up, hopefully. Yeah. Excellent. Well done, guys. You're doing well. So we're going to move into that warrior stance that I mentioned, and that's what we call literally the seat of compassion. So you can, if you wish, we'll also do the bakasana in a moment as well, but I just want to rest the hamstrings first. So the warrior is such a powerful posture just to really open this heart center. And there's a couple of beautiful visualizations that you can do with this warrior. And as you know, warriors are all about kind of that fierceness, that protection, that kind of looking after what's important for you. So there's no mistake in the system that includes a warrior within a seat of compassion, because you need to be a compassionate warrior. There's no point being a warrior that hasn't got values, that hasn't got the right intentions. Otherwise, you're just causing chaos or damage. So it's important that your warrior has that sense of compassion, that warrior archetype within each of us. So as women, as strong, powerful women, and also as people that have that incredible archetype of the warrior, the female warrior within us, no matter what your gender is, we have that beautiful combination of strength, but strength with compassion. So we just to, if you want to take the legs, and they're just slightly wider than our seat of compassion, just making sure that you've got a really nice firm base, and turning out your right foot 90 degrees and dropping your back heel slightly away from you, so that when you bend that front knee, it's directly above your ankle. Okay, if your legs are too close together, the knee will overshoot the front. So it's actually quite important to have quite a wide stance, even if you don't go too deep into the stance. And within that, you feel that really nice stretch down the iliopsoas on that back leg. You might already feel that stretch a little bit. And although the hips are kind of wide, they're to about 45 degrees. So if you were square onto your room, the headlights, if you imagine that you've got headlights on the front of your hips, they're not fully over towards the front leg, and they're not towards me either. They're just about 45 degrees. And that means that you can settle your weight equally down both feet, and you're pushing into the heel and the little toe, and pushing into the ball of the foot and the heel of that front foot. So you feel really grounded and stable. Does that feel okay? Yeah, good. So you're just feeling into that stretch. And as we stay here just for another breath or two, you're just gently opening up those hips. And that's a really nice movement. From here, just feel that your tummy muscles are gently contracted. You're lifting through your sternum and you're lifting through the crown of the head. My shoulders at the moment are facing in the same direction as my hips, so I'm not too twisted one way or the other. Okay, straighten that front leg. Turn the feet to the front. It's amazing, just a little bit of a hold like that, how that feels. Go to the other side, just with the leg movement. Adjust that back heel. Check that your headlights are at 45 degrees. Excuse me. And then when you're ready, bending that front knee, starting to feel that openness within the hip and the groin area. Equally distributing your weight between the 2 feet, placing the weight down through that front leg. Okay, and then lifting through that sternum. So you're not collapsed forward one way or another. You've got that really nice lifting also through the crown of the head. Your shoulders